Welcome to Explain America. This is your host, Kyle Becker. Who is next? That is the question on everyone's minds after the James Comey indictment. That bombshell dropped on Thursday, and people are already thinking, well, who is Trump and his DOJ going to prosecute next? Well, we have an answer for that because we have news directly out of a U.S. Attorney's office, and you're going to want to get the news about who is going to be next. In this case, it certainly looks like it. But before we do, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. Join us. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, we have seen absolutely atrocious attacks on conservatives and ICE officers around the country for weeks now. It seemed to start going all downhill with the Minneapolis Annunciation Catholic school shooting, with the Irina Zarutska case in Charlotte, Charlie Kirk's assassination, which I think a lot of us are still reeling from, shootings at a Sacramento ABC 10 building, bomb threats against ICE against Fox News trucks, and then an ICE attack in Dallas that happened just recently. That certainly seems to be an anti-ICE motivated individual that took his own life. But all of this is adding up to a picture of left-wing violence. So where is this violence coming from? Who is behind the scenes? How do we stop radical, violent extremists from carrying out attacks against the public? Well, there is an answer for that, and that is go after the money. And certainly a recent bombshell report that we reported at here at Explain America, that comes via Ryan Morrow at the Capital Research Center, that showed that George Soros, billionaire so-called philanthropist, is tied to 54 extremist organizations that are either supportive of or materially supportive of extremist violence against Americans or against government buildings and other targets of the radical left. So, U.S. Attorney Todd Blanche has authorized a dozen top federal prosecutors to probe a George Soros-founded liberal philanthropic arm for potential funding of pro-terror groups. So Deputy Attorney General Blanche told several U.S. attorneys in a directive to begin looking into the viability of possible arson, wire fraud, racketeering, or material support for terrorism linked to Soros Open Society foundations. That was reported by the New York Times. The liberal billionaire, and using liberal in a very loose sense because he's a left-wing extremist, he shelled out $80 million to groups tied to terrorism or extremist violence, including the Center for Third World Organizing, the Ruckus Society, the Sunrise Movement, and a Movement for Black Lives, aka BLM. So millions of dollars have also flowed from the group to non-governmental organizations, including Antifa-aligned groups. And of course, we know Antifa is an umbrella organization. It's have voluntary cells, and they align themselves with the group. And so there's no like mastermind of Antifa. So whenever you hear the left-wing media is like, Antifa isn't real, it's like Al-Qaeda. You know, you have cells and they volunteer, and then, you know, the umbrella group provides material support and propaganda and directives and so forth. So there's, you know, it's more like a big blob. You know, it's not like top-down, you know, hierarchical thing. So that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I mean, it's just nonsense. So George Soros, he is being put into the target of the Department of Justice, and they are looking into him. Again, a dozen top federal prosecutors. What do you think about that? Is it high time for George Soros to explain himself, so to speak? Well, we hope you keep watching Explain America, and we appreciate your support and your time, and thank you for your feedback.